Oh, Eclairs, a classic French dessert made from choux pastry filled with vanilla cream, then dipped in chocolate ganache. They were created in the mid-19th century by chef Marie-Antoine Carême. The word eclair is actually French for lightning, and it's believed that they were named after the glistening shine of the frosting, or perhaps by how quickly they were consumed. Who knows? Regardless, they are delicious, simple, and just fun to make. Starting with the choux pastry, we're going to add to a pot over low-medium heat a half cup whole milk, a half cup water, 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon salt. Mix until the butter is melted, shut off the burner, then add 1 cup of flour. Mix and fold until it's combined, then spread out to cool. Once it's cool enough to touch, add in 4 whole eggs. Just be sure to let it cool enough as to not cook the eggs. Mix until the eggs are fully incorporated and you have a smooth consistency. Take this time to go ahead and preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we'll add our dough to a piping bag. Some people like to use a 1/2 inch round tip, but if you don't have one, it's okay. I'm just cutting off about a 1/2 inch of the tip, then piping directly onto parchment. I'm using 2 bags, but the dough should be smooth enough where minimal pressure is required to squeeze it out, so one should be just fine. This dough could also be made ahead of time and stored in the refrigerator for later use. Gently pipe the dough into 4 to 5 inch long ropes that are about 3/4 of an inch thick. Make sure to give them enough space to expand. Then we'll throw these in the oven for 10 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Then without opening the oven, reduce the temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for an additional 20 to 25 minutes. While that bakes, we'll make the vanilla cream. Classic vanilla extract or paste will work just fine, but I prefer the taste of authentic vanilla beans. Slice down the center of the pod with a sharp knife, open it up, then gently scrape out the seeds. In a medium-sized pot, we'll add 2 cups of heavy cream, our seeds, then we'll just throw the rest of the pot in there for good measure. Bring to a boil over low-medium heat while stirring, then remove and set aside to cool. By this time, our pastries should be just about ready to come out and cool on a wire rack. You'll find them very light and airy, which is exactly what we want. In a separate bowl, add 3/4 cup sugar, a 1/4 cup cornstarch, a 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 4 egg yolks. Mix until combined, fold over until smooth, and then we'll add 4 tablespoons of butter that has been softened to room temperature. Mix until everything is incorporated. Once the vanilla cream has cooled enough to touch, add it to the bowl, and then whisk to combine. You'll notice that it's still very liquidy. That's okay. Transfer back into the pot for heated cream and cook over low heat, stirring constantly. In a matter of minutes, it should start to thicken to a velvety cream. We'll then transfer the cream to a clean bowl to cool in the refrigerator for 45 minutes or so. For the cream, I'm using a 3-inch injector tip. Go ahead and fill your piping bag, and then grab your pastry shells for filling. I like to use a metal chopstick to poke 3 holes in the bottom, and then proceed to fill. It can be somewhat challenging to gauge just how much cream is going in, but you will feel it become heavier, and ultimately just use your best judgment. Scrape off any excess cream and set aside while we prepare the chocolate ganache. I'm going to take about 4 ounces of chocolate chips, heat them up in the microwave, and then add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Mix together until you have a rich, smooth consistency. The last thing we have left to do is give them a chocolate bath. So we'll take each one and dip just the top in, and then set aside on a wire rack to allow the chocolate to harden. And that's it. Classic French eclairs. As always, ingredients and description. Thank you so much for watching.